All right, welcome back once again, Hidden Acres Outdoors. I told you the last time I saw you, we had a big announcement about a new tractor to make. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I don't know enough about the tractor right now to give you a very informed opinion other than the research I've done and the few hours I've put on it so far. But, time for the big reveal. All right, close your eyes. Open them up. That's what we wound up with. The grapple we already had, that's an Everything Attachments Wicked Root Rake grapple, 60-inch. We'll go through and do another review on that before too long because we've had an opportunity to use it for a little while. We'll talk a little bit about it. For now, this is TYM Tractor's T574 with the loader. It comes with a 72-inch bucket. But like I said, I dropped the bucket off. Haven't used the bucket as of yet because I wanted to go play with the grapple. Just a quick walk around. Cab we'll jump into in a minute, but this cab is luxurious to say the least. Air conditioned, heat, got a little dome light. The air conditioner works fine. It's got that little, I can't use my left shoulder at the moment, but you can see up here we have the little Bluetooth speaker, so you can talk to your Bluetooth devices. It's got a rear view camera up there, and rear view mirror up there in the corner, and it's got two rear view mirrors on the outside. Very beefy front end axle on this thing. Impressive to say the least. I will put all of their specifications that they list on their website down in the description below, so you can feel free to take a look at all those. Just for starters though, of course it's a 12-volt battery, 70 amp alternator. It's got a little splash guard on it. Again, I can't really point with my other. I just messed up my shoulder a little bit. I had surgery on it in February, and I guess the doctor's version of take it easy is not exactly the same as mine. So now I'm having to take it easy for a little bit again, but we'll be good. I believe a 17-gallon fuel tank, but again, we'll put that down in the description below. We really wanted the R1 ag tires, but they didn't have them in stock, and it was going to cost me about an extra $1,000. So I looked at these and said, well, for what we do, those should be sufficient. So far, we hadn't had any issues with it, but if you get into some real muddy stuff, or you've got a lot of real muddy stuff, you may want the ag tires. And I'm thinking about making my first addition to this thing a hydraulic top link adjustment. You can see you've got 4 outlets for remotes back here, so you've got the 2 remotes. One thing that's really handy, this should help with your hookup. It's an external link for your position control, your 3-point attachment arms there. Telescoping adjustments on both sides there. Of course, these, again, if I could use my left arm I'd show you, but the links pull out and make sure adjustments much easier when you're hooking up to your 3-point implements. So let me know in the description below, hydraulic top link, or invest that money in something else to begin with. Okay, we've got windshield wiper front and back. This is where your windshield washer fluid goes. The only manuals I received were the basic TYM manual for this model tractor, and I got to tell you that leaves a little to be desired, and something was evidently lost in the translation. But just giving you a quick once over on how all this looks. I think We probably need to fashion something to help. I put the remote links on the front for the grapple. I think we probably need a little protection here, but until I get that done, we'll just be careful with it. And there are a lot of hidden grease zerks on this. There's some on the other side. You can see these here also. So be sure when you're greasing up your zerks, don't just stop at the front end loader, because there's some other ones that you need to be sure to get to. Alright, to pop the hood on it, you're going to have to loosen one of these on each side of your brush guard. Pull your brush guard forward, pull this handle down. It's a mechanical lever, and I'm going to have to put this down so you won't be able to see it, but trust me, all I'm going to do is pull that lever and then push the tractor up, the hood up from right here. And that goes to show it's so easy, a one-armed man can do it. Everything's fairly simple to get to as far as working on it. One of the main reasons I bought this tractor is the engine. It's basically an old Cummins design. It's a 4-cylinder diesel, obviously. It's the Coupe engine. The specs are listed below, but the main reason you will not see an ECU on this engine anywhere. It is pretty much a mechanical engine with a DPF, you can see back here, which I guess works. I really, I haven't had an opportunity to see it function yet because I hadn't had a need to. It doesn't have enough hours on it. But I've heard of people going, well over 100 hours without going into a regen cycle. And if you run your RPMs, I run this thing at about 2,000 RPM unless I'm using the PTO. And then I bump it up to wherever the little mark is, 2600 RPM, something like that is listed, but I'll run it at that RPM. So as long as you're not bogging this thing down with real low idle speeds, it should work pretty good. You can see your filters, all easy to get to. And we do have hydrostatic drive. There's your hydraulic filter. It did come with an extra hydraulic filter from the factory, so they throw that in there. Standard quick hitch adapters. I drug my wife some grapevine up from out of the bottom. She likes to make wreaths out of it. So dual element air filter, just what most tractors this size will have. We talked about the alternator, but that's a basic tour of the engine. You can see the DPF back here, and I'm not telling tales out of school, but I have heard if you end up with DPF filter problems, that you can actually cut that straight out of the system, and being as there's no ECU and 50,000 different sensors on this thing, it still works like a champ. I wouldn't tell you to abuse the environment that way, but we can slide the brush guard back up, give this a couple of turns. Let's jump inside this thing. Rear diff lock. Of course the brakes separate, but we're not going to bother with that at the moment. Roomy cab. Roomy cab. Seat is awesome. Very nice seat. There are some people that, and I haven't investigated doing it yet, but I'm a short little guy. That's kind of a long stretch for me to be working the loader. Of course, I got the seat back a little bit, but you know, I can do it from there. But you know, if you decide there's evidently a bolt in here, you can take off and then you can loosen this, and you can rotate this stick back to where it's pointed straight back here, and then tighten everything back up. So that would put your control back here a little closer to your hand to make working it a little bit easier. The doors are easy. Got the little pneumatic extensions on them. The back also opens up, so the sides open up as well. And to be honest with you, I've never had them open because the air conditioner system is awesome. Bluetooth Kenwood stereo system, vents, speakers, dome lights, all works well. Well, let's give it a crank. Let me turn the AC off. Got your preheat. You can see. Let me turn that radio off too. Actually, I don't know how to turn it off. Okay, that did it. You can see we've got just about 11 hours on it. Park and brake release lever. Got a horn. Signal lights, high beams, low beams, work lights. Your front and rear windshield washer and wiper controls. Your work light controls. So, all in all, I'm telling you, this is a nice, comfy setup. Glow plugs are all heated up. Give her a shot. Now, the only difference in the engine between this one and the 474 is the 474 is naturally aspirated. This does have a turbocharger on it, which gives it roughly another 10 horsepower, I believe. Horsepower on this is about 55. That's long enough for the turbo to have been lubricated. We'll close it up and let you hear how quiet it gets. Get these windows closed. And get some air conditioner rolling. Three ranges on your hydrostatic, low, medium, high, self-explanatory. Your four-wheel drive engage is that lever right there. You just pull it up or push it down. Right now it's off. Your controls info button changes your display. Right now all we have are the total hours and the fuel level. So we push our info button, gives you your voltage, gives you your temperature on the engine. Throttle, self-explanatory. We'll warm it up at about 1500. And like I say, when I'm working it, I run it up to 2000. And then that looks like right at 2600, maybe 2590, but anywhere right around 2600 for your 540 RPM on the PTO shaft. PTO shaft is off, manual, or auto. What the manual does is when you turn it on, obviously the PTO engages. The auto function, when you turn it on, if you have your implement down, like lowered to the ground, your PTO will turn on. But as soon as you come over here to your position lever and pull it up like that, then the PTO automatically disengages. Draft control, here's the two remotes. I don't have the third remote installed on this one. Frankly, I don't think I'll have a need for it. 3 cup holders, 1, 2, little section here for whatever you want to lay in it. You got a marine grade 12 volt, like a cigarette lighter adapter charger. And you also have 2 5-volt. This is a 1 amp, this is a 2.1 amp chargers for your cell phones or whatever else, and then you can just toss it over here. Your PTO light that tells you whether you're engaged or not, your hazard lights, your cruise control, your DPF, the regen switch, another nice cup holder, a little tray to throw your odds and ends or whatever. I wish it had come with some type of small toolbox on it, so what I'll probably do is just run down to Harbor Freight, get me another little small mechanics bag and toss in here. Hydrostatic drive, we're in the high position. It says not to do this in the high position, but the neat thing, it's got an auto throttle up. Pardon my dirty, ugly feet. We're up off the ground there. We're clear. But you can push it that way, or you can run it. And when you let off of it, buddy, she stops in a hurry, but it does, you know, it's not, doesn't set the brakes, it just quits driving it. So you still have to keep your feet handy with the brakes. Now, you can hear how the engine speeds up with that auto increase on the engine RPM. But I got to figure out how to change the kilometers to hours. I mean, you know, kilometers per hour to miles per hour. So if any of you guys know how to do that, drop me a note in the comments below, because I didn't see it in the manual. Tilt steering. So if my wife doesn't see this, one-handed this is going to be difficult again. But pull the lever, adjust your steering wheel where you want it. Let go of the lever. Lock it when you let go of it. There we go. Other than that, I mean, like I'm telling you, this is a fantastic, roomy cab. So, questions, comments, leave them below. I'll try and get an answer for you. Just looking real quick. There's your DPF regen procedure, placarded right inside the cab if you need to. I did notice in the manual that it says not to run, don't do any other work with the tractor while it's going through the regen process. You know, my other tractor didn't have that prohibition, but then again, if you're out bush hogging or something and the weeds are dry, you might not want to be doing that in the middle of you know, continuing to work in those conditions. Drive it somewhere where you don't have any chance of starting a fire. Because I saw on Tractor by Net this morning somebody actually started a fire in his neighbor's field doing that. But ooh, it gets hot in this thing in a hurry when you turn the air conditioner off. At any rate, I'm sure there will be several future videos with this tractor as the star of the show. Put all these implements back down, and I will be sure to show them to you. Right now, I'm going to go up and make a couple of more passes with on the driveway with the the 72-inch Land Shark land plane we got from Everything Attachments the other week. But other than that, give us a like, subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more work with this. We got to test the loader bucket out. We'll probably get another EA tooth bar for that bucket. I got to check measurements first and see how close we are with the other one. But it's a nice piece of machinery from what I've seen so far. And if we have any issues with it whatsoever, we will be the first to let you know. Like I said, we're not sponsored by them. They've never heard of me. Don't know me from Adam. But we'll give you an honest review like we always do. And if it's good, it's good. If it sucks, we'll tell you it sucks. But give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time from Hidden Acres Outdoors. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.